Across runway 5 left to the terminal and you look to the right.
See.
And take some photographs of Concorde.
37, that's their flight 192, come from Belfast International Airport, previously known as Aldergrove. That's the airport 11 miles to the northwest of Belfast, the larger of the two Belfast airports. And the aircraft taxiing out is a 787 Dreamliner operated by TUI. It's a locally based aircraft. It's flight BY584. These 787 aviation just to the other side of the green structure to the left of the viewing part, which is the engine test bay.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
The tea cakes, but they call them muffins.
What a super place this is for plane spotting.
It's interesting aircraft registration, just raising a shot that the two Most current books have just been published, they come out every year. Civil aircraft markings, this is all the aircraft on the register, and all the foreign aircraft you're likely to see visiting at the airport. And also military aircraft markings, certainly the first one, civil aircraft markings was about 75th edition of that, comes out this time of year, every year. The military aircraft markings one was slightly more recent publication, but it's been around for about 20 years, 30 years, and that was called the military aircraft, which shows a separate numbering system to the civil one.
See the France Airbus 220 rolling down the runway. Lined up behind it is the Singapore. A bit more about the Singapore. The Singapore Airlines has been around since 1972. Have a big hub in Singapore. Traditionally, they have services all over the world, do connections from Europe to the Far East, to Australia through Singapore. The aircraft just about
on its way back to Singapore. Yesterday it went to Sydney, and the day before that Copenhagen, the day before that Murray. And obviously the Singapore A350s do get around all parts of the world.
Yeah. Look. Outside. Look. Wow. Sorry. Now.
Ooh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm going straight up. Right, I'll take it. in front of me.
Where do you want to sit?
In front. No. Why?
Go back in front. Mind your head.
Do you want the extra leg room? Well, let's go further back so you can see the...
A little bit cooler in here.
Oh, ain't it?
I know. So welcome on board Concorde. What are your first thoughts?
It's not as small as I thought.
Not as narrow as you thought.
There's plenty of leg room as
It is quite a comfy aircraft to be on. Some people say it's small, but it costs £1.5 billion, so I just make them get off straight away. We'll have none of that kind of talk on board the aircraft. Are you ready to go? Yes? So like I say, what we're going to do, I'll just talk to you and answer any questions, and we'll send you up to the flight deck in groups, and Ansel will explain how to fly Concorde. So do you two want to go up there first?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you just got comfy, didn't you?
Thank you.
Oh, leave your bags here, yeah. Get a pound for every time.
Just bashed your head already.
So there's always one.
Yeah, my wife.
Or more.
always
I've bumped my head more times than I care to remember. So watch your head as you come forward.
Can I sit there?
Yeah, take a seat. Yeah, watch your head though.
God, it is low, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very low, yeah. Keep your head down all the way into the
Is
seat.
that all room you have?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Not much.
No good
Take a
with
seat there,
arthritis.
absolutely.
You've got arthritis, don't fly a Concorde.
So what do you think?
Oh my God.
Look at this here, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
So this was a 3-crew aircraft. You had a captain, first officer, flight.
Isn't it just?
Now, one of the other things that's unique about Concorde's flight deck is the ability to lower and raise the nose. So at the moment the nose is in the high speed position, so the nose is up and the visor is up, so it's most aerodynamic and it's also best for thermal protection as well. But because the aeroplane flew with a very high nose attitude at low speed because of the delta wing, to generate enough lift at low speed they had to fly the wing at a much higher angle. The aeroplane has a very long nose, and with that high nose attitude the pilots couldn't physically see the runway. So the engineers had to come up with a solution, and they came up with a very elegant solution of a fully articulating nose. So the pilots use this lever here, and that lowers and raises the nose in a 3-stage process. The visor first, then the nose in two stages.
I mean, that's a major feat of engineering in itself, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. But by doing that, when the aircraft comes in to land, the pilots can actually see over the nose, and that's the view that they got from the flight deck windows on an approach to land. So it was just like a conventional aeroplane. This picture was taken by Captain Mike Bannister, who was the chief Concorde pilot. You saw him on the video there during the retirement phase.
I have seen him on video.
Yeah, he delivered this aeroplane on its last ever flight to us. He was sitting in this seat, even though he was a chief pilot and a captain. He wasn't sitting in the captain's seat, and he took a cheeky little snap just before touchdown to record this aircraft's last moments of
Could
flight.
this plane actually ever fly again? Is it too far?
Well, theoretically, yes.
Is it too far gone?
No, theoretically it could, but it won't.
It won't.
No, there's no way. It's not environmentally friendly. It would cost insane amounts of money to make it.
So I've just read that there's one coming from America. They've got it all ready to come over for one flight only in April, which is now.
Yeah. Well,
is that April Fool's?
Well, it might be. There is a project happening
Because apparently Trump's lifted the ban on
Supersonic flight.
noise.
What a surprise! No, it won't fly as fast as this aircraft. It's quite a lot smaller as well. But, yeah. But that's the differences, guys.
Yeah,
So enjoy the rest of your tour.
Yeah, we will. What does that actually do then?
So if you pull that back towards you, the nose goes up. Push it away, the nose goes down. And if you rotate it, the aircraft rolls.
That's your power.
Yeah, and that's your power. And then you've got your rudder pedals down there, which control the aircraft in yaw. So it's a 3-axis
Well,
controls.
how you look at all these.
Brilliant.
Okay, now watch your heads on the way out. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest of your tour. Watch your head, watch your head.
Really enjoyed that.
Brilliant. Oh, the best bit's on the
I'm
outside, I
going to
think.
keep down.
Thanks a lot.
I bet you get fed up of saying the same thing.
No, not at all. No, this is. I love it. I'm honoured to do it.
No, it's been really great. Thank
Brilliant.
you.
Thanks a lot.
You hurt yourself, you big, you're horrendous.
That's worth the wait, believe me.
So every time Concorde landed, the cleaners had to come and clean the windows because the next lot of passengers didn't want smeary windows and all that kind of thing. The windows themselves are smaller as well than ordinary aircraft. That's for a reason. When Concorde was first designed, I mentioned before about these 18 companies in the UK in the early 60s that made aircraft. One of those companies was called de Havilland. De Havilland made an aircraft called the Comet, nice subsonic passenger aircraft. It had big square windows, and unfortunately Concorde had a temperature limit. Because of that heating up of the aircraft, the aluminium copper alloy it's made out of is good up to 127 degrees. So there's a couple of dials on the flight deck that measure the temperature of the aircraft on the nose. If that got to 127, then you have to slow down a bit. Having said that, the aircraft that we're on holds 3 records. One of the records is that on one particularly cold night coming back from Washington, this aircraft got up to 1,488 miles an hour before they reached that 127 degree limit. And that's the fastest speed that's ever been attained by a passenger aircraft. It doesn't hold the overall speed record time-wise back from America. That was another British Airways Concorde, and that got back in 2 hours 52 minutes and 59 seconds, which is about the same amount of time it takes to get to London on the train from Manchester Piccadilly. Yeah. If you can find a train. Yeah. If we went to London in Concorde, it would take us about 6 minutes. But we would destroy Birmingham as we went past because of that sonic shockwave. I can't say that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's just a statement of fact. But that's so 6 minutes down to London, like a very impressive kit. Right. So how much did it cost to fly on Concorde? Concorde wasn't first class. It was called Concorde class. Well, in British Airways, it was Concorde class. So whatever the first class fare was at the time, it was that plus 20%. So when this aircraft entered service in 1976, one way to New York was £431. So you might think, actually, that doesn't sound too bad. I'd have a go at that. But in 1976, you could buy a house for £431. It was about 4 months' average salary. It wasn't cheap. When it left service in 2003, about 7,000, something like that. In today's money, comparatively, you're getting up near £16,000–17,000. It wasn't cheap to fly on Concorde. 95% of the passengers, though, were business. The business people didn't buy their ticket. The company paid for the ticket. It was beneficial for the company because they got an extra 2 days' work out of these people. They weren't spending it travelling backwards and forwards across the Atlantic. The business people themselves didn't know how much they were actually paying. So in 1985, British Airways wrote and asked the frequent flyers how much they thought they were paying to fly on Concorde. The amount that they came back with was higher than they were paying, so British Airways put the price up. And from 1985 onwards, Concorde was making quite a considerable profit for British Airways and the government. The French operated Concorde in a slightly different way. They operated theirs more at business class sort of level. So theirs weren't quite as grand as British Airways. British Airways was like the elite of luxury and all that kind of thing. The food on Concorde, like a posh restaurant. So you weren't quite sure what you were going to get. So they won't have had chips or anything like that. They won't have, what's gravy? Jus. Yeah. Custard. Was that creme anglaise? It was all that kind of thing. So, but you could have lobster on Concorde. You could have steak, and they would cook it how you wanted it. That kind of thing. The food was very, very special. Like I say, the elite. And like I say, the menu on Concorde was changed every week. Anybody got any questions?
Where do they cook it?
Sorry, one sec.
Continued service at Concorde based on what you said about the fuel costs and the sonic boom, etc. Is there no other business model that they looked at?
Well, we'll come on to that, like on what sort of finished it in the end. Sorry, what was your
No,
question?
I'm just going to say whether they actually cook the food.
Oh, right at the very back, there's a big
Right.
galley right at the back.
Oh, right.
There's a little galley up here. There's
Yeah,
there's
well, I
like
thought
ovens.
just-
The
yeah.
thing about Concorde, like say, designed in the 60s, it all looks so it's dead futuristic. But the timer for the oven is a clockwork thing. No, you turn like an egg timer. No, things like that. The stuff that they thought, well, why redesign that? That'll do nicely, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so the in-flight entertainment on Concorde as well. You notice there's no little screens on the tellies in front. The in-flight entertainment was basically at the start these 4 screens up at the front.
Yeah.
These were taken from an actual flight back from Washington one evening. This one says Mach. Mach 1 is the speed of sound. Concorde gets up to Mach 2.02. Like I say, more than twice the speed of sound, faster than a bullet out of a gun. This was your altitude in feet and up to 60,000 feet. Outside temperature, like I say, minus 57. This would also change to something called DTG, which stood for distance to go. So, and this one was miles per hour, 1,350 miles an hour. The French ones are in kilometres per hour, but nobody really understands kilometres, so I have to worry, you don't have to worry too much about that. Kilometres per hour. Yeah. So people would come up and have the pictures taken with the signs when they went through the sound barrier and all that kind of thing. There was only twice. Some of them, what was it like to fly on it? I mean, there was only twice on a Concorde flight. Pardon?
Did you go on it?
I'm afraid not. I'm going with the too young thing again, which is obviously. Excuse me?
Don.
You can't go underneath just yet. On the prototypes, it came to 17 degrees, but the flight crew thought the nose had dropped off. They weren't happy with that, so they kept it
We didn't expect this. Not driving. You're not driving.
No, so.
I'm assuming these are for us.
Yes.
Well, I don't.
The Coke
drink, so
you can have orange.
Two orange. That was
Yeah. Champagne?
Yes, please.
Two bottles.
Thank you. So 2 oranges.
Where's mine? You've forgotten me.
That's special. Thank you very much.
Champagne or orange?
Guys, what would you like to drink?
Champagne bottle, orange for me.
I don't you sit at a table or what? No, I don't think you can you? Are we allowed to sit at a table 5 minutes or?
No,
That's a private party.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to have a walk round underneath and I'm going to talk about the underneath of the aircraft now.
All right, okay.
Yeah. One for you. Did I not have a champagne?
Below 2,500 feet, gave us posh version of that. But they are very good. like the modern jet fighter, that will concentrate on thrust on the engine. When the aircraft touches down, they will close completely with reverse thrust to not stop the aircraft. Reverse thrust. Aircraft will spin just using the wings. This door here, the main galley. This door here, there's the registration. Got run into by a catering truck in New York. Imagine going back to work and saying, how did your day go, Nige? Well, to be honest, I had a bit of a problem. I crashed my truck into the cockpit. Now, engineers looked at it, and because this part of the aircraft is a big fuel tank, this isn't pressurised, the dins hadn't pumped in the skin of the aircraft, and they decided that they weren't bad enough to have a detrimental effect on the performance of the aircraft. So they just decided to leave it as it was. So there's three of them. There's one here, that is the accentuator. Concorde fitted a very early fly-by-wire technology. So this powers this one here powers this one. There's one inboard of the engine with a hydraulic unit there. So when you're in an aircraft today, you either stick that to go up, and the tail would move, push the tail down and go up. Concorde hasn't got that, so these here act in the same way that the tail. So at the moment they're sort of pointed downwards. So if Concorde was in the air now, she would be in any second, because that would lift the rear of the aircraft there. At the back of the wings you've got these lightning conductors. Static electricity. Can't shine the torch.
This one struck.
It's a housing estate down there, so you've got to be in the air before you get to the housing estate, otherwise that's a whole world of problems. So if you carried on in an unlimited length of runway, and you continue down it faster and faster, eventually your aircraft will lift, because the wings start to generate more lift and speed. The Concorde wing doesn't work like that. On Concorde, it only generated lift when you pull the control back, presenting the other side of the wing to the air. So rear undercarriage on Concorde was subject to the full weight of the aircraft, but more or less the full length of the runway. So the rear undercarriage on Concorde took quite a bit of hammer. Now, the tyres on it, like I say, okay. So you've got 100 people, all doing big cigar. Now, the air circulation system don't carry air for the passengers, they get the air from outside into the fuel tanks, into pipes in the fuel tanks. The fuel was acting as a coolant to cool the air down. That ozone-free air was then pumped into the cabin, went through the passengers,
Very good.
Great day out, great day out.
Is that good? Well, you can stay. Your token's valid all day now.
I'll be promoting this on YouTube, I will.
Okay.
I will. It's been fantastic.
TripAdvisor.
Fantastic.
TripAdvisor, Google reviews, anything like that, blah, blah, blah. More than happy.
If you enjoyed yourself,
Thank you.
If you enjoyed yourself, he's called John. If you didn't, he's called Steve.
He's brilliant in that cockpit. Oh.
He spent his life in
That's right, yeah, in fairness. I don't know if I was in one of those.
Even I know how to fly it now, thanks to you.
Meanwhile, on the far side of the airfield, a departure of a Pegasus Airbus A321neo on its way back to Istanbul's Sabiha Gökçen.
I don't know when.